Thank you for watching this video on the Navigating WebGrants portion of the regional trainings. Throughout this video, you will notice these icons. They are there to let you know of additional resources that are available for you. These resources can be found on the Commission's website or in your WebGrants portal. Please note that all student data provided in the following reports are fictitious. Student names, date of birth, GPAs, and school information have been modified to protect all third parties. All material presented today is for training purposes only. First, we will look at the student information screens. To access the student information screens, click on Student Info under the Cal Grant section on the home page. This is a student's award summary page, and it shows the history of this student's Cal Grant. This screen allows you to view the status of a student's Cal Grant award. Here is a close-up of a student's information for 4 academic years. The blue headers show the academic year, type of Cal Grant award, application status, award date, award amount, cycle ID, school ID, and other reason codes. You can click the information icon to learn more. For example, when you click the school ID information icon, the name of the school will appear. The program edit and common edit reasons will also provide a definition of their meaning when you click on the icon. The next student information screen is the student award detail. At the top of the award detail screen, you see a snapshot of what the student entered on their FAFSA or DREAM Act application. For example, we can see this student has been awarded a Cal Grant B, which was auto-accepted, but also qualified for a Cal Grant A, at least initially based on the information the student provided on their application. We can also see that the education level does not need to be verified because the student was awarded as a high school entitlement. If the student needed EL verification, the institution could do that on the roster. Here's the student's payment history at a glance. The terms are broken up so you can see the tuition and fees and access payments made by the school. For example, this is a semester school and the student was paid a Cal Grant B for 4 years. Notice that the first year, 2015, the student only received the access portion of the Cal Grant B. At this point, the student has no remaining eligibility because they have been paid 400% or 4 years of full-time payments. Now we will look at the school information screens. In the school info section on the WebGrants homepage, you will see these links. All of these links are important, and it is critical that the information be kept up to date by the system administrator. Let's begin with the demographics link. This screen is where the system administrator can make updates to the institution demographics, such as the name of the institution, address, city, type of institution, and contract date. Once updated, the Commission will receive notification of the change, and the information is subject to approval. The system administrator will also receive an email notifying them of the changes. When the information is changed, all previously entered data is listed below the current information and includes the date that the information was changed, as well as who made the change. Now we will look at the contact information link. This screen serves as an at-a-glance contact screen for the Commission staff. The screen provides direct contacts for staff members such as the Financial Aid Officer, EFT Coordinator, Chafee Coordinator, California National Guard Coordinator, and others. Each section will contain the name, title, address, phone number, and email of the site contact. You are able to see who updated the last contact right above it in a green font. For example, the WebGrants System Administrator was updated by a Commission staff member on December 30th, 2020. At the end of the row, you will see 3 icons: Edit, Delete, and History. When you select Edit, a second box will come up, giving you the opportunity to update the information displayed on this screen. One thing to note, the phone number field does not have room to add an extension, so please use the comments field to notate a phone extension. Once you have updated the information, please remember to save the updates. It is very important to keep all of the contacts up to date so that the Commission is able to reach out to the appropriate person when necessary. Every September, financial aid administrators must review and, if necessary, revise their school's college cost estimate information. The Commission processes new entitlement Cal Grants awards in November and uses the college cost information to determine the financial need and award amounts for Cal Grant applicants. If the information is not received by the final deadline, the Commission will use the prior year reported figures, which may be outdated and could disadvantage some students in the determination of their financial need at your school. For the 2021-2022 academic year, the college cost estimate is due October 2021. Next, we will look at the display roster. To access your roster, click on the Roster/Reconciliation link under the Cal Grants section of the home page. On the pop-up menu, click Display Roster. The Commission releases the initial rosters for schools to begin reviewing in February prior to the award year. However, not all students will be on the rosters when they open. The timing of when students will be added to a school's roster depends on when the student gets processed for award consideration for that academic year. The first group of students to appear on the rosters are the high school entitlement students, or E1s. These students begin to be processed beginning in November and are added as they gain eligibility. The second group of students to appear on the rosters are the transfer entitlement, or E2, and competitive C1 awardees. The next wave right behind the second group is our Cal Grant C student population. They will begin to appear once they have been scored and complete their Cal Grant C supplemental form. The last group of students to be added to your rosters are the students that are renewing their awards from the previous year. This group of student appears on the roster in the month of June when the Commission begins the renewal process. And now we have an additional group, and that's going to be processed in our newest award, the Community College Entitlement Cal Grant, which will run in September. The next steps after the Commission opens the roster includes identifying Cal Grant awardees at your campus. Schools can utilize the award status extract process to help identify Cal Grant awardees that are either on campus or have signed intent to enroll at their school. The next slide will talk more about this process in detail. Another step is to certify student eligibility. After the roster opens, schools can begin the process of eligibility certification for their Cal Grant awardees. This goes hand in hand with the third point, which is to collect appropriate verification documents. Collection of the verification documentation allows the financial aid office to ensure that students are in fact eligible for the award and they are able to move on to the next step. This next step includes verifying any holds or flags, and all verifications should be completed before any payments are requested. These holds can include education level and AB 840. To help schools identify their students on their campuses, we have a process called the Award Status Extract. It is a two-step process. The first step is that the school will need to create an upload file that contains the SSNs or Dream Act IDs of students that are either on their campus or have signed paperwork expressing their intent to enroll. The file specification can be found in WebGrants under the Help link. Once the file has been created, the school submits the file via the Data Transfer menu in WebGrants. Once submitted, over the following weekend, WebGrants will process the file. Once processed on Monday morning, the school can access the report download feature, and they will be able to access two separate files. Those are the awarded and not awarded files. The awarded file will show all students that currently have a Cal Grant. This screenshot shows you how a student's record appears if they need verification. In this specific example, the student is a high school entitlement student, or E1, and the message "School Change Required" appears when you attempt to pull up a student who is not on your roster. Only high school entitlement students have this requirement of school of attendance confirmation. Here are the data elements that are presented on a standard CSAC roster. Each element contains important information to help understand a particular student's award and the information that we used in the award consideration. These elements also can be customized to help identify a selected group of students on your roster. On this slide, you can see a sample of a roster with all of the identifiers in the different fields. In the 2019-2020 academic year, the Student with Dependents or SWD identifier was added. Students with the SWD hold can be verified either by the students on their WebGrants for Students portal, or they can be verified by the financial aid office on their roster. We encourage everyone to engage with us on social media since we have a dedicated team working on keeping posts updated and relevant to the time of the year. Thank you for watching this video of the Navigating WebGrants portion of the regional trainings. If you have any questions, please contact school support by phone or email.